What is going on, guys, and welcome back into the Rams house. And today I'm going to be reacting to the terrible Rams second half collapse loss to the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, let's just say it like it is. We won the first half and we lost the second half. We were just dominating the first half and we blew it the second half. That's just how it was. Talking about the first half, though, something that I really liked that we had in the first half and that was lacking in the second half was our want to win this game, our aggressiveness, our physicality. You could tell the Rams wanted to win this game in the first half. When you saw, when the play was over, us shoving 49ers players down, us being more physical, tossing them around, being aggressive. You could just see it. We wanted to win this game, and we went up 17-3 at half. You talk about the defense. We were stopping the run really well, putting it in Garoppolo's hands. We know when Garoppolo has to win the game, and when you have to force him to pass out in these third and longs and get him in those tough situations, he's not that good of a quarterback. So our game plan was to stop that run. We did a great job of it, and we've put it all on Garoppolo's shoulders. And as you saw, we got out to a good lead with that. Our offense was humming really well. I would say the run game, we were just not creating holes for him. I mean, there was just nowhere for Akers or Sony Michel to go with that, so it really put the game on Matthew Stafford's shoulders, and he did a great job that first half. You talk about Higbee having a good game. You talk about Cooper Kupp getting involved. Odell on that huge third down conversion. It was a third and long on the first drive. I mean, we were looking really good offensively, despite not running the ball well. But then when you get in the second half, you can see the 49ers, especially on that first drive, they just start to get back to their roots. They're able to run it really well. We're not tackling. We're being super sloppy on the defensive side of the ball. They continue just to run it down our throats, play after play after play. I talked about this in my preview. We see it every time we play the 49ers. We cannot stop that run. And yeah, we do it the first half, but we can't do it the second half. And they get rolling. They get their momentum back. You can't give them that momentum back. And then, you know, we see when it gets back into our hands, you see the 49ers starting to get hyped up on defense. They get a stop, they get it back, and they do the same thing. They're running it all down our throats. You know, you got to put it into Garoppolo's hands to have to stop him because we can. And ultimately, we weren't doing that, and we were letting him get creative with Deebo Samuel. The running game is really what opens up this 49ers just whole offense in general, and it gets their game plan flowing. And as soon as you let that going, and as soon as we let the leak start for the Rams, it just began to flood and tire out our defense. And then when we talk about the Rams offense, we just didn't look very good in that second half. Yeah, we had some good drives, we had some good plays there, but we only put up 7 points in the whole entire second half. Shout out to Cooper Kupp on that touchdown play, but we just really weren't seeing a ton. We saw the offensive line being dominated by these 49ers. I mean, there was barely any time for Stafford to look up. There's no running lanes for these running backs to get any space like the 49ers had to make it easier for Garoppolo. So we saw a complete second half meltdown. And then again, you talk about giving the 49ers exactly what they want by being able to run on you really well, give Garoppolo those easy plays. And then when you give it back after we take the lead to the 49ers for them to push it in overtime, you talk about bad defensive play calling. You talk about bad defensive effort. I mean, on some plays we had just no pass rush at all. We had limited guys rushing the passer, giving them time to throw it, and you can't do that. Garoppolo, if you get Garoppolo pressure in his face and just having to make decisions, it's not going to work out well for him. And I didn't like some of the execution on that last drive to force it to overtime, and I didn't like some of the calls by Raheem Morris. I just didn't. And you could tell Ramsey didn't. He was yelling at Raheem Morris again. And so, again, a complete meltdown. And when it gets into overtime, yeah, we let the 49ers do the same thing again, driving down the field on us, running the ball, mixing the passes in there, getting them into the third and shorts. And luckily, you know, shout out to Terrell Burgess making that stop on George Kittle. But when we get it back, you see we kind of got bailed out by that pass interference. I'll admit that, but it was a pass interference on Cooper Kupp. We get the first down. And then you see when it matters most, we got to hit Odell deep. What a play that would have been if we got the walk-off touchdown with Odell deep. I mean, that would have just been such a storybook ending. And it's an underthrow picked off. And I think looking at the replay, it was because his own offensive lineman was being pushed back into him, but you got to hit those. And if you're not confident about hitting that deep one, take something more simple underneath. I don't know, guys. Like, losing to the 49ers is terrible. I hate the 49ers. I mean, losing 6 straight in a row, like, that's just, it's a disgusting taste in my mouth, but losing like this is even worse. I believe we dropped to the 4th seed now. We're slated to play the Arizona Cardinals. I know we won the division, but man, I'm not focusing on that. We got to beat these Cardinals, and we got to someday beat these 49ers, guys. Let me know what you think down below, though. Those are my thoughts. Hope you guys having a good day. Horns up and God bless.